Special thank you to our sponsors of Russ Reels Live, Kicking Cancer, The Master Connector Show, and Hope 107.9. For more information on Kicking Cancer and how they support people going through this journey, go to kicking-cancer.org. And for more information on The Master Connector Show and their amazing show weekly on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, go to masterconnector.show. And finally, for more information on Hope 107.9, this amazing radio station supporting life and faith, go to hope1079.com. Ta-da! Hey everybody, welcome to Russ Reels Live this Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I am so glad that you are here with us today. And right now, right out of the gates as we get going, those that are watching, those that are waiting to come on, share with your friends, tag your friends, get things started. Let's get this party started today because we have a lot of great stuff going on. So share, tag your friends. Let's make things happen. I am so glad you're here today. You know, we're talking today about one of my favorite topics of all times. Where do you find inspiration? And I am just blessed beyond belief to have some amazing ladies tonight that are an inspiration to me that are going to be here. That I'm excited. It's going to be really good. So you need to buckle up and get ready because we're talking. It's going to be a good show today. And I am noticing as I'm talking that I'm going to adjust my microphone because I thought it was on the microphone. Now you can hear me actually better, I hope. So anyway, all right. So glad to be here. You know, this is live, right? We're moving, we're grooving. It's happening live as we go. And you got to remember all those little details as we go. Hey, you know, I want to remind you, Russ Reels Live, that we are here, like I said, every Thursday at 4 p.m. Wrong show. 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And it's every week. We're here all the time on Russ Reels Live. And you know, it is an amazing topic-driven, panel-driven show. We pick an amazing topic like today. Where do you find inspiration? One of my favorite topics of all time. And we get an amazing panel like we have today that really adds value to you. So it's important that as this community grows, that you just continue to reach out to people, let them know what's going on here every Thursday. You know, and speaking of inspiring, you all inspire me. I love to connect with people. Go to russhedge.com today and connect with me because I want to learn more about you. It inspires me to have the opportunity to reach out and inspire you. So give me that opportunity today and reach out to russhedge.com. Connect with me. You can learn about everything I do from marketing coaching to inspirational speaking, lighting up the room, helping you out with your team, or being just an inspiration specialist through live stream production, all the things that I love to do. So, you know, this really is all comes to me from my wonderful, I had amazing parents. My dad was my hero. He was my rock, and he really taught me how to be a man that loves people, that supports people, that has empathy for people. And my mama, who is the happiest person alive. If you wanted inspiration and encouragement, I tell you, my mama, she was amazing, the happiest person I know. And for those of you that know, both my parents have gone to heaven at this point, but mama was happy to the very end. I'm telling you, through the Alzheimer's that we dealt with for years, she still was such an amazing person and still inspired and encouraged people, even in the midst of all that. And, you know, that reminds me that it doesn't matter what you're going through. We're going to talk about this a little today. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You can still be an inspiration. You can still be positive and have a good perspective on life. It is so crucial to being a blessing to others, just to hang on to that positive perspective. You know, sometimes it's tough. Life can get rough. You know, you have good days and bad days. That's just the way life goes, but you can plow through it. I was just having a really good chat with a friend. Amazing, man. We were talking about some challenges we're both having, but how we're going through those and coming out on the other side and expecting great things to come in the future in spite of those challenges. So that is where inspiration can come from. And yeah, I've been so blessed. One other thing I'll just touch on before we get going, and that is, I've been blessed even through the last couple of years, this cancer journey, been able to use that, my true authentic story, as a platform to reach people, because we're all going through something. We're all going through something, whether it's cancer, whether it's other illness or family problems, whatever, life problems. We're all going through something, and we all need that inspiration and encouragement. And when you find people that have gone through things similar to you, it really, I think, touches people's hearts. Is very authentic, and you got to be a little vulnerable to share those things at times, and it can be hard. But yeah, I just think it's a great opportunity. So with that, just want to remind you again, we're here every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and right now, I tell you, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube page, please do, because all you do is go to russreels.live, russreels.live. You can do that now. Open a separate tab, click subscribe right now. Just type in russreels.live. It'll take you straight to my YouTube page, and you can subscribe today, and that would be great. And that's just going to be ticking along the bottom through the show. So in case you forget what I said, there it is. All right. With that, we're going to start getting people in the room and start having some fun here. So first off, a woman with no ceiling, that the sky's the limit, that is an amazing person that I've been able to work with on a couple collaborative books. CJ, Dr. Constance Leland, is in the house. Hey, CJ.
I'm always muted because my bulldog's like literally screams over here. I was gonna say I haven't seen you in a while, huh? Not this morning,
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's been like forever, like a couple hours. Yeah. And by the way, we don't hear your bulldog snoring. It's all good. My dog's in here snoring all the time. I have a
Oh
beagle,
my
and
gosh,
she
my
does the
students
same
hear
thing.
them. I'm like, oh my god, mute myself. Okay, that's good.
Well, listen, it's so great to have you here. Give everybody a little snapshot. I mean, at least a couple people that don't know who you are, since most people do at this point. Who is Dr. Constance Leland? What are you up to?
A person, a mom. By the way, first of all, happy Mother's Day to everyone on there. If you forgot, it is this Sunday. Just to give you a heads up there. It is Mother's Day. It should be Mother's Day every day, but it is this weekend. Who I am. So basically, I'm a professor. I teach about over a decade now. I used to teach K to 12. And I love this topic about, where do you find inspiration, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I do publicity, meaning if you need to publish a book, I can do that. If you want to be in our anthology, we can do that. If you want to have built in marketing, which we have already, we can do that. So we have TV shows, radio shows, we have podcasts, MP3, pretty much anywhere and everywhere. I just hit 102 countries and nations, but I'm stuck in 6 continents. I can't get Antarctica somehow. So I'm going to have to fly there myself to listen to my own podcast so I can say, I've been on 7 continents. And I have a press release room. That's my new addition. So I can pretty much in any industry, I can do press releases for you if you have services or products that's coming out. And I have syndicated wires from Google, Yahoo, Ask, whatever you need, in like 200 to 700 links all at once.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, when I grow up, I want to be CJ, because the things you're doing are amazing, and it inspires me every day, every day. And speaking of inspiration, this next young lady, amazing woman of God, that is texting me every morning, or a lot of mornings at least, just encouraging me and inspiring me. Catherine Lang is in the house. Here she is. Whoop, whoop.
I may not text you every day, but I do pray for you every day.
You do, and you text me a lot of days. I mean, I lose track, and so what I love about that, because that's something I love to do, as you know, and I love it when texts come back to me. It just, especially when people beat me, because I'm an early morning guy. Now, it's not as early for you as it is for me, because we're a couple hours apart here, but yeah, it's just amazing to get your day jump started, know somebody's praying for you, and I love that. So anyway, Catherine, hey, give everybody a little snapshot. Who is Catherine Lang, and what are you up to?
Catherine Lang is a Hope Smith, a dream igniter, and a natural born encourager. I am all about inspiring you to know you, live you, and turn this world upside right. Because when you live your unique design and you live it boldly, the world can't help but change.
That is so amazing, and what I love about that is because our real purpose in life, God has given us a real similar purpose, and I think everybody should have a little bit of that in them. So now we're going to jump over to an entirely different continent. My good friend, an amazing person who just is such a blessing and always is saying such sweet and amazing things. Lisa Marie's in the house. Hey, Lisa.
Good morning from Australia. I wish I could say Antarctica, CJ. So, but I'm closer than what you are.
Well, and you're tomorrow. So we're talking to you in the future, which is amazing. So
Yeah.
this is something that always just baffles my mind. Not only can you talk to people all around the world, but you could talk to people
From the
tomorrow. So
future.
what should we be thinking about today that we're gonna have to worry about tomorrow, Lisa?
Oh, what you can think about today is that we are absolutely unlimited and we can achieve anything we want to tomorrow.
Yes, and I appreciate you so much. Give everybody, let me back up here and give everybody a little snapshot. Hey, who's Lisa Marie? What are you up to?
Look at that sunbeam coming up. I'm
You're
radiating.
glowing. You're glowing. Yes.
I'm in a new place, and this is the second time I've done a live in the morning, so I'm trying to get the angle of the sun right. But anyways, so gosh, I guess I can say, because I'm in my 50s now. In fact, I turned 55 this month. Huh. Anyways,
You said 55?
yes. Yes.
Well, you don't look a day over 35 and only 55. I turned the big 60 this summer, which is baffling my mind. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I'm not even halfway, so that's why it's a fountain of youth,
There you
really,
go.
isn't it? Yeah. So, gosh, I spent the first 45 plus years um, living and removing trauma, abuse, bankruptcy, severe illness, multiple surgeries. I've lived a lot, and I've taken all of those things, which I call lessons, and turn that into wisdom, because I always believed I will find a way. I will find a way to take the next step. And from being bedridden, homeless, and facing bankruptcy 20 years ago, I went on to build a multi-six-figure business in holistic health and business coaching. So today, I've really moved into my genius zone of helping people just literally recode themselves to live into the higher version that they're meant to be, to become unlimited, to be powerful creators of joy and wealth and contribution. All the beautiful people on this panel here today, including you, Russ, because you are a connector of voices coming together to be able to share that goodness to people. And it's such a beautiful, powerful thing. And so my mission is to impact, guide, teach over 1 million people to literally tap into their superconscious, and whether it's to get abundance in their business, abundance in their life, just basically become the highest version that they can be, and then pay that forward into the world to make the world a better place.
So I love that, because my word for 2024 is abundance. And I feel like I don't feel like, I know that we have God's abundance all around us, and there's so much opportunity. But I got to give one little teaser before we get deep into this conversation, get everybody in. One of the people that I look up to, that I quote all the time, that I think is amazing, personally mentored you. And
Yes.
You want to tell everybody who that was?
Yes, Mr. Jim Rohn. And I really owe the massive part of my personal growth to his life and business philosophy. And I could quote 1,000 quotes for him, because I literally plugged him in 24/7 when I wasn't seeing him live to help me come out of the darkness into the light is my easiest way of explaining that.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
his legacy still lives on. You know, he is
oh
in so
yeah.
many people around the world. It's such a beautiful thing.
Well, and that's the amazing thing, because once you have, gotten your impact out there through print or video or whatever you're doing, uh, Jim's legacy does live on. And I constantly quote that you're the average of the five people closest to
Yeah.
you, quote, because that is so impactful. Environment. When my kids were young, it was the number one thing I told them. Environment is everything. Who you're around, who you're learning from, who's shaping you during the day when you're at school is so important. And so guess what? Dad's going to be by school to find out who you're hanging out with and who you're around, who your teachers are. I was there a little bit more than my kids really wanted, but you know what? I knew all their friends. I knew all their teachers. I knew all their principals. I was on every committee and coaching sports. And what that did is I saw the influence in the atmosphere and the environment they were in. So I knew if they were on the right track or not. And that's one thing that always kind of takes me aback when parents say, yeah, I just don't understand. I don't know what happened. I don't know where they went. And I'm thinking, well, maybe because you weren't like right there. Now I understand. I'm not judging anybody. There's people that can do everything right and things can still happen. But your chances of life being so much better and you being shaped and groomed better are so good if you're in the right environment. So with that, another person who I love in my circle, who's amazing, uplifting, smiling all the time, the smile the size of the ocean, Dr. Neutrong is in the house. Woohoo!
Oh, you are, it come back to you, Russ. Thank you so much for all that you do. And you are an example of what true loving kindness, starting from the heart, is all about. Truly, truly blessed and grateful and
Well,
thankful
see,
to be
see,
around you.
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You're so nice and you make me feel so good. I feel inspired already. So thank you. But yes, I right back at you. And let me, before I get too far ahead of myself here, who is Dr. New? What are you up to?
I'm really, for those who don't know me, I guess people who call me the kindness queen of the hounds of business, they crown me like that. But I'm the mindfulness pharmacist who really wants to waken those lost soul who kind of chasing that shiny objects on, and get lost on losing their purpose, and really going back to your why, reigniting your purpose, so that way you can live your life the way you choose and you're meant to, and holding on to your value and purpose. Because I think if all of us who are in healthcare tapping out and burn out and don't want to be serving patients and taking care, I can't think of what would happen. So that's where every day I show up and saying, we have to be the voice. We have to elevate each other. We have to support each other, so that way we can prevent each other from going burnout and tapping out and ignoring and really numb to the system. So I'm really just here to spread love, kindness, empathy, and compassion in everything that we do. It has to be raw, real, in real life, in person, offline, you know and when with we are with our kids, we are with together in our communities, we are one. We cannot be any other there. So we just have to love one another like our friends, like our family, that we dearly hold dearly to our heart. So that's what we're
Yeah.
here to serve, to uplift and inspire others and motivate.
Yes, and you are so, so good at that. We are blessed to run in circles where we are all rising together. I love that quote. We rise together. Collaboration over competition. You could go on and on with all these things, but coming together, working together. I always say it. It's so true. We are better together. And when we come together, not only do we inspire each other, encourage each other, and help, but we also learn from one another, and we just make gigantic strides in growing through life. Because no matter, and let me just throw this out here, and then CJ, I'm going to jump back to you. No matter what your circumstances are, and some of us at times have horrendous circumstances. Sometimes we have not good things. Like when you get news, the doctor calls and tells you, "Hey, I hate to tell you this, but you have cancer." And that those kind of things are daunting and difficult. And there's a lot of other things that go along those same lines. But in spite of that, we can still be encouraged and keep a good perspective. And this is how we bring inspiration to others. CJ, let you take it from there.
That means you read my post.
Yeah.
That was a good segue. Yeah, I was just reflecting, sitting down. I think what it is that I got like 5 DMs today after the YouTube show that we did in the thing, and I got an email from somebody and on in bold caps, like bold underline caps, exactly that question that I posted. Why do you do so much for your community? What do you get out of it? Right. And I said, it's not monetary. In fact, I pay more to have people at my show. I pay out. I don't take in more money. And it's because my purpose really shifted and changed. And when you're talking about, our topic today, I want to stay in topic, right? Where do you find inspiration? And I find inspiration everywhere. But if you really sit down, it's through challenges. I find inspiration through my adversity, through my challenges, because without those challenges, I don't grow, right? And we say I don't have limits because I don't take no for an answer. Like literally, I beat those kid, that's annoying kid, like, Mom, where are we gonna go? We're going to, but why? But why? But why? My kids do that all the time. That would be me in your customer service. But why? Why can't we do this? Because CJ, no. But why? That's the reason why I do things what I do. It's because there shouldn't be, I mean, there's a part where you do have to have limits and boundaries, right, in our life, but it has to be, think about these 2 words: perspective and perception, right? Where do you find your inspiration? If you perceive that your life is so horrible and you don't come over those challenges, and your locus of control is you're in a victim role all the time, you will never grow. I don't care how amazing you are, how much money you got, how healthy you are, you will never grow. Your locus of control is in the victim role. But when you have perception, it's not just your subjective self, like, oh my gosh, poor me, right? If you have perception, you take in the external things that's real in the real world, like everything is so expensive. People will not like you, not 100%. People will always use you, right? It depends on your boundaries. People will always do this. You have to get the 2 differences. Perception becomes your reality because your locus of control is weak. But when you change your mindset and you get inspired, then it becomes change. It becomes now a perspective. So that's how my train of thoughts goes.
Yeah, well, and that is so true because it takes if life is rolling along smoothly, you don't feel the need for inspiration. It's just like in faith, you don't really feel the need for God. You don't really feel the need for inspiration if everything is so good in your life. And that doesn't mean that we should wish bad things on ourselves or others, because they're going to come without that. I mean, we're going to go through trials and challenges no matter what, but that is the greatest opportunity to grow. I love the story of the butterfly, right? We've all heard that. We all know that. But without the fight, without the challenge of that caterpillar turning into a butterfly and then fighting out of the cocoon, it would never be able to fly. In fact, if you think you're doing it a service and you peel away all the cocoon and you make it so that butterfly is out free before it's ready, that butterfly will die because it will not be able to fly. And so it takes that fight, it takes that challenge. And, Catherine, I'm going to bounce to you next because I know that we all have challenges, but I know that you are a strong woman of faith, always trusting and knowing there's a brighter side on the other side.
Most of the time. The last 4 years have probably been the toughest of my life as far as walking in faith and trusting in faith. But I'm one of those that find inspiration in everything. I'm not limited to, I don't want to go through the tough times. Y'all can want to go through the tough time. I want to ride rainbows and lollipops all the way to, that's me. That's what I want. And that's what I try to see. And that's what I try to be. I'll be out walking and I'll be dancing and singing, and I'll do special little moves, and I'll stop and I'll point. And my husband didn't realize how bad it was until he caught me out there doing it one day. And he's like, I hope she's on the phone. But I wasn't. I was out there by myself. But inspiration is just the heart looking for hope. And when we allow ourselves to find inspiration in every little thing, we think the butterfly is struggling because we've never been in a cocoon. I used to be a climber. I climbed everything, and people would be like, God, it's so difficult. But it wasn't to me. It was my natural state. The butterfly coming from a caterpillar into a butterfly is a natural state. So what we see as a struggle is just part of who the butterfly is. Don't look at what anybody else is doing. Don't look at yesterday. Look at who you are right now and find a way to enjoy your journey. When you do that, you will find inspiration everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I love that because we had an amazing pastor that preached a sermon years ago on enjoy the journey. And I could tell you there's days when it's hard. It's hard to find things that are good. It's hard to enjoy your journey. It's just difficult, right? And that doesn't mean, though, that you can't do it. Sometimes it takes a little bit more work, and sometimes you have to see the things that are coming out of that. And before I jump to you, Lisa Marie, we have our last amazing panelist that is here with us. Inger Van Roy is in the house. Hey, Inger.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me, Russ, and sorry I'm late.
No worries. No worries. Hey, we're just so glad you're here. Hey, start by giving everybody a little snapshot. Who is Inger and what are you up to these days?
Thank you. My name is Inge van Roy, and I am recognized as a community connection catalyst. I help entrepreneurs and companies really focus on community, break down those silos, and make sure that we know that we are better together.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. And we are when Inger's in the house. So thank you so much for that. And I'm going to let you touch on this subject, where you go to find inspiration after we hear from Lisa Marie again. And, again, coming through the struggles you've talked about, Lisa Marie, over the last many years, and then be able to come out of that, give everybody, besides Jim Rohn, which, like you said, is an amazing person to have in your community to be able to go to. What an amazing mentor. Where do you go for inspiration? Talk a little bit about that.
Oh gosh, I'm going to quote Jim, of course. Jim always said, if you want to achieve a goal, basically find someone who's doing what you want to do, making more money than you, having more fun than you, living the life that you want to live, and basically model them. He always said, if you don't have enough money, go and take a rich person out to dinner and listen. It's really about I'm continually, because I have a vision that is so big. He also said, make the vision bigger than you. Because when it's all about self, you're very contracted. Exactly what CJ was talking about. You're a victim mindset. And in Jim's words, you're a fault finder. So you look for the negative in everything. The glass is half empty. And looking from what Catherine said, she said, don't look backwards, look forward. There's a reason why the rear view mirror in our car is so tiny and the windscreen is so massive in the front, because when we have our vision forward and we know what we want and we look for people who have walked that path, then we will, yes, make our own footprints. And one of the things, especially about entrepreneurship, because I know that there are many people who want to become an entrepreneur, or they've stepped into that role because they understand that trading time for money is not the way to freedom. And it's basically living in your own jail cell. And so there's uncertainty every day in entrepreneurship. In fact, there's uncertainty every day in life, and people don't like uncertainty. They like their comfort zone. So as soon as we start to step out of our survival, our, what we're comfortable with, all those panic mechanisms come into place. But if we have a huge vision, we follow people who are doing what we want to do, and basically start to figure it out. Just believe that, just almost imagine you didn't have a past. I've used all of it as my wisdom, because it's been incredible lessons, and I don't regret any horrible thing that's ever happened to me, because it has been part of the coding of who I have become. And Jim always said that success is not the destination. It's actually the person you become in that process of that great thing. And so, like Catherine, CJ, and Nu, and I'm sure Inga, I find inspiration in everything. I also live with a non-judgmental mind, a non-critical mind, knowing that everybody is suffering, and that I just have this huge open heart for spreading all of the unlimited energy that I have of greatness and becoming even greater, to help uplift people as I go. And I find that self fueling. I find fuel in giving to other people and helping them empower themselves.
Right.
Because
Right.
it's about helping other people empower themselves.
Yeah. Well, and I love that too. A good friend, Russ Johns, always says, help more people, right? It's a multiplication. We're reaching out, we're being a blessing, inspiring others. We're helping them to reach out, and bless and inspire others. I love too what you said, because some people always say, well, I don't want to copy people. I don't want to compare. I don't want to be somebody else. You should really be you. That's true. Be authentically you. But why recreate the wheel all the time? Listen to what Lisa Marie said. That is, look at successful people that are inspiration for you, that you can model after. Modeling after is not copying. That is taking your life and saying, hey, they did these great things. How can I make that work in my life, right? How can I make things better? And so, Inger, I'm going to bounce back to you at this point and let you jump in on this topic. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm all about Ubuntu, which means I am because we are. And the reason I believe in this principle is because the me that you see before you today would not be had it not been for my community. Because of my community, I've been able to publish a book. I've been able to start hosting my own shows. You are one of the
Woohoo!
people that inspired me to do that. Catherine inspires me every day to finish the books that I'm writing right now. There is our friend Michael Holt in the comments, and he inspires me to do it despite that feeling that I want to um, go out in perfection. He inspires me to go and F it up, right? That is, and it's not the F that rhymes with duck, by the way. He has 5 Fs, and he believes in those. And if you don't know about that, just give him a ring and find out what that means. But that is the reason why I draw inspiration from Ubuntu, from my community, from my friends and family. It's because I look at you, I see who you are, I see the things that you do, and I'm inspired by it. And no, I'm not going to copy it, but there are things that I want to emulate because I admire you so much, because you inspire me to take what you're doing and make it my own.
Right.
So thank you.
Yeah, that's what you just said was perfect. Take what others are doing and make it your own, right? I'm a huge fan of, and I keep saying it over and over all the time, and that is, why recreate the wheel, right?
Yeah.
It's just like with writing a really good, I've been able to write collaborative books with many people on the show today. And what has helped me is, why recreate the wheel? Why not take amazing snippets and bits of things you've written? My newest book coming out, the second book to Befuddled Live the Life You Choose, is going to be Life Happens and Then You Choose, which will be out later this year. Something I say all the time, but I write a newsletter weekly, and I have hundreds of those newsletters which are providing the content for my book. Why recreate the wheel? And I learned the snippets in my newsletter from other people, right? So it's just all coming around. And Dr. New, I'm going to jump to you next, because I'm telling you, your smile is inspiring. Go ahead.
Wow. I think one of the thing is that I see every day, every moment, is that when we are present and we listen, being mindfully present without that judgmental, the frame, right, that we put in ourselves, that we have our own limiting, whatever it is, we have to try to not only unlearn those and go in with like a baby, like the little kid. They go in, they're very pure, they have that open heart, open soul to learn, absorb, but then also that innovation, that creativity, sometimes is coming from the darkest moment of your life, that or others are struggling, that you're able to save a life, let's say. That's an inspiration for you to keep going. There's no exchange value for saving someone else's life versus, let's say, Trey, 6-figure to $1 million, right, job or pay versus saving a life. I would never. Inspiration that you touch a life, the inspiration that now that you're not here, someone else also will continue on, whether it's my kids, whether it's people in my circle, my community, they all inspire me every day. So the wisdom that they give us is not about the age. Yes, there are people who are much senior age than me. Yes, I'm very grateful, but that doesn't mean the kids that are our kids, right? The little one also give us inspiration. How do we show up better? How do we create a better world than the world that we come in with, right? Don't blame the system. Don't blame our world. It's our world, it's our action. We have a choice. So we have to take that. We take everything back into our control. And
Right.
I'm blessed to have all these amazing people like here that are inspiration every day, right? How do you show up even during your obstacle? Do you just throw a fit and say, I'm giving up? I don't care. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't make this X amount in my bank. Or do you keep going because you show up for your people? Then the
Right.
money or the abundance come. Your inspiration is how you show up.
Yeah, and actually a lot of that too is just continuing to show up, right?
Yes.
I think consistency and continuing to show up, CJ, a lot of times are a big thing that inspires people. Hey, in spite of everything going on, this person continued to show up. I wanted to show that in me. I wanted to show people out of what I was going through, I was going to continue to show up no matter how I felt. There are days, there's still some days when I don't feel good, I feel lousy, but you know what? I keep showing up, and you persevere and you get through that. And I think that's an inspiration on its own. Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, I totally get that. When Dr. New was saying, are you going to throw a fit? Yeah, I did throw a fit yesterday. You guys didn't see it. I was meeting Dr. Tin. I was in traffic. I was meant to be there at 9. It's 8:52, and I'm still in the parking lot looking for this place. I finally made it 5 minutes late, and I couldn't log into StreamYard because my new computer didn't have my password. And I was like, okay, CJ, calm down. I literally was like schizo talking to myself yesterday. And I'm like, I just want to just go over and said, I'm sorry, I love you, but I got to go because I'm losing my mind. But I didn't want to give up because it's not about me, right? My show is literally, I've been doing this for 2 years, right? It's not about me. And when one person told me that one of my episodes literally saved her and her son's life when she was about to kill herself and her son, that like totally in my brain. Every time I want to give up and throw a fit like a brat, I'm like, CJ, it's not about you. This is about somebody else to get inspired, not about you, not about your story. That's why my
Right.
Forever Wednesday show is always going to be there, because inspiration, sometimes we're like, I need to get inspired for a music or a song. Like what Catherine said, inspiration is everywhere, right? You got to just feel the vibe, like just feel the vibe. What inspires me is my bulldog, literally. She's a pain in my you know what, but she inspires me like, I got this. I don't care if I'm snoring and sleepy and whatever else, didn't shower for like, 3 days over here, my bulldog. She's still happy, right? And I think for sometimes we look all the time for inspiration everywhere and anywhere, when the inspiration literally is right in front of you. Sometimes you need a mirror. Look at yourself. CJ, why'd you wake up today? Are you happy
Total
today?
mic drop. Total
Right?
mic drop. That is so good, man. I mean, it is so often it's right in front of you, and I'm telling you, I just love this topic. But you know what? And because of the number of people we have, CG, I'm going to bounce back to you for just a second. Give everybody your golden nugget of today, your wrap up comments, because I want to give everybody plenty of time, and then tell everybody how people get in touch with you, because this is such an important topic and so near and dear to my heart. We could talk on this for hours and hours and hours. We don't have that long though. So go ahead. Let's start with you. Give us your gold nugget and your how to connect, and that would be awesome. Thank you. Go ahead.
Sure. You can Google Constance Leland. I'm sure I'll show up. Just Constance Leland. My golden nugget is don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your vision, and stop listening to other people who's not for you. If they're not for you, they are against you. The end.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. All right, I'm going to go in order of my screen now. Inger, you're up next. Take it away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Helen Keller said this: alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And that goes for anything, including inspiration. So just remember that we are, like Russ always says and reminds us, we are better together. And you can find me on LinkedIn. That's the best place. And yeah, if you Google me, you'll find me too. I'm the only Inga Funroy you'll find. That's for sure.
The one and the only, huh?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, that is so great. And all the information is appearing magically, everybody, below us. And so you can click on it, connect. It's all clickable. You can easily get to everybody here today. And, I just want to say that Inger, Helen Keller, I've used several of her quotes, and I look at a person that was in her situation and basically a world of her own, couldn't see or hear. And how do you come out of that and accomplish so much and be such an inspiration? Not easy, a lot of struggle.
Yes.
CJ, you talk about coming out of the struggle, a lot of struggle, but able to be an inspiration for years and years to come. Catherine, speaking of inspiration, you're next. Go for it.
All right. My takeaway is that you have to find your inspiration, and it is right in front of you right now. When I was at my worst, what I did was look around me and started keeping a thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. A thank you journal of what was going on in that situation. Because there's always something to be thankful for. And when you find things to be thankful for, then you find inspiration for more. And then you find inspiration for more. And people can find me at catherinelang.com. I am here to encourage, inspire, and motivate you to know you, live you, and dare to turn this world upside right.
Yeah, I love that. And it's interesting that whole thing that you say, and that is, daring to take that chance to make things upside right, taking all the circumstances around you and really living really passionately for all that you are, and connecting through this community is such an inspiration all within itself. I love being able to chat with all you ladies and be able to get inspired myself every day. But I tell you, it is just shining the light for all of us when we come together. Definitely is. So, all right, Lisa Marie, you are next.
Thank you so much. And getting back to Helen Keller, She lived her world through feeling and an open heart. And this is my gem for today, is that you are the creator of your destiny. Nobody else. You are the creator, both good and bad. So you can adjust your feeling to have it turn out good.
Right.
And that is so important, because we are infinite potential. We are unlimited beings. And we can create any amazing future that we choose. I think the word choose was mentioned a few times today. So you can find me at LinkedIn under my name, Lisa Marie, or find me at lisamarie.com. And it's my last name is Marie with a double R and a double E. So LISAMARREE.com.
And that just, it's amazing how that works. And so everybody can see that and click on that and go straight to Lisa Marie. And thank you so much. Take this. Let's see if I can actually click on what I'm trying to click on. Ah, very interesting. There we go. My clicker is not working too well. There you go. Catherine's comment. Catherine, I just love this because you are the only one that can live your big dreams, and you're the only one that can stop you. And I think that's so true. So many people think with all the roadblocks and all the things going on, that's what stops them. That's what they complain about and look at and think, I just can't do that. But you know what? You can make it through. You can plow through. You can make a difference through it and inspire through it. I love the quote from my dad, who was my hero, and I was an amazing father, would always say when I was having a bad day, tomorrow's a new day. Son, it's all good. Tomorrow's a new day. And what he meant by that is get a good night's rest. Just let your perspective have a rest. Just give yourself some time. And tomorrow you'll wake up with a brand new perspective and be able to see that through all these challenges, you come out okay on the other side. And sometimes we just need to give ourselves that time and space. So, all right, Dr. New, you're up next.
Thank you. And, to really get inspirations, yes, you can look into so many, be aware, and really the best way to capture, right, of any moment and to get inspired, you have to pay attention. You have to look within you to have that reflections and have a cultivations of that you have to lead with love and kindness and empathy and compassion for all that you are, and know your worth, that you're worthy of anything, that you're here for a purpose, and that you can change your destiny. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't dwell in the past, right? Because the past is meant to be let go. Yes, you learn from it. And don't too much dream of the future and not do anything now. You got to cherish the moment now and take action now, because you have one life. And so in the end, what does it all matters is that how well we have lived, right? How well we have really loved and make an impact on others, not just for our own life, but what impact have we done for others? What have we done for others? And have we learned to let go and have grace to forgive others? That is what really you can inspire and look upon so much. If you look at your own, obstacle and challenges, but if you look at it as opportunities for growth, you will see so much abundance. You have everything within you. So I love you all. That is my inspiration. You got what it takes. So be surrounded with people who lift you up and cheer you on, not bring you down. And that will always, you always want to hold on to those people like Russ right here, right? Right? Russ, oh, I got to point this way. Right, Russ, CJ, and right here, right? Inger, Catherine, and then Lisa, right? So all these people that are like wonderful, wonderful soul, learn why they are wonderful, right? But don't change who you are. Know who you are and step up and be your brilliance. Show the world who you are. Show your love. because the world need more of us. The people need more loving kindness more than ever. So that is where Russ is brilliant at bringing people together, right? I love you all. I love you, Russ, and everyone watching us now in the replay.
I do have to add one thing.
Thank you, New. I appreciate you so much. Go ahead, Catherine.
Well, we keep talking about how much we're stronger together, and that is very true, except in the kitchen. And then please stay out of the kitchen and let me cook alone.
Yeah, kitchen, we know better. Just have one cook, one chef.
Just want to put that in there.
Yeah, just have to get a happy mother.
I will be eating together then. I'll eat. You can cook. I'll eat. I'll be there.
I'm always happy to stay out of the kitchen, but I have my specific job. My specific job is to be the sous chef and cut everything up for meals. So that's my job, and then I move on and let it all. My beautiful wife puts it all together at that point. So that's yeah. But no, I appreciate all of you so much. This has been such an amazing conversation that we're going to have again because time goes flying by. But I want you all to know how much I love and appreciate you being here today and being in my community and being dear friends of mine. And thanks again for all the inspiration you give me every day. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm going to wave goodbye to you all and send you out to the green room and wrap it up here. If
Love
you can
you
hang
all.
tight for a second, that's great. If you got to go, have a good one. See you later. All right, here we go. Woo! As they go out of the room, wave a goodbye. Woo! Oh, I tell you, so much fun. So much fun. Well, you know what? It's all about helping people and inspiring them. Because when you build community and you inspire others, the sky's the limit. And today I want to encourage you. Thanks so much for being here on Russ Reels Live. Again, we're here every week, right? At 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Russ Reels Live. And don't forget, you can join our YouTube community. Love for you to do that. And just go to russreels.live, russreels.live. If I was faster, I would bring that up on the screen. There it is. And subscribe to my YouTube page today. I'd love for you to do that. And until we see you next time, which will be next Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, have an amazing, amazing week. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye. I'm going to keep waving until actually the outro plays for some reason. It's not playing today, so I'm still here. Live.